where you left the situation, she wants to know about her family. And you say, tell me something about it. And he says, no, there's nothing to tell. She loved me, your mother loved me. I was poor, I was deformed. And out of compassion, she loved me, but she died. And she said, well, tell me something. And the daughter has such compassion. She says, oh, Daddy, Quanto, so much sadness. Don't calm down. And she gets caught up and he says, oh my gosh, yes. And then finally he says to her towards the end, he says, you're my everything. You're my cult. You're my daughter. You're my patria. You're my kingdom. You're my home. You are the whole world for me. And the more he gets bitter and the more he asks for revenge, it's the saddest thing to see this man who's that way lose the only thing that he thinks is the most important thing in the world. And it's really it's a shame. I wrote down a sentence here that Verdi himself said, which I think shows I had to write it down. He says, the subject, meaning Rigoletto, is grand, immense, and there is a character that is one of the greatest creations that the theater can boast of. And that sums it up. It's, when you think about Verdi's operas that went before these, you know, the spectacle operas, Lombardi and Hernani. This is a real human being. And it was perhaps one of the earliest operas to show the humanity of people, whether they're kings or whether. And Verdi was a master at that, you know. Behind the king, there's a man. Behind the queen, there's a daughter. So he's a master of it. I want to jump now and do the very, for me, important piece of music, and that is the quartet. Now, this is an important piece of music because basically up to that time, to 1851, when people sang an ensemble, an opera, there usually was one idea musically. Think of the Sextet from Lucia. It's basically everyone sings within the context of what's been established. And Lucia's music, she's singing about the sadness, and then Rico's music, when he's singing about the revenge, they're basically the same tune. And they fit in harmonically, and it's just wonderful music. But this is one of the very first examples of four people expressing four totally different emotions. Gilda looks in and sees the man that she loves, which is, reminds me of a story for that, which she loves very much, going into this tavern and fooling around with this saucy barmaid, or whatever you want to call her, the saucy Maddalena. She's just crestfallen. So she has her melody. And her father, who actually was the orchestrator of this whole thing to prove to her once and for all, this guy is not worth it, he feels compassion for her. He says, no, don't cry your eyes out. I'll take care of you. You're my daughter. Yes, I'll have revenge on this. He's calming her down. And inside the tavern, or the place, you have the Duke. Saucy, libertine, he doesn't care about anything. You're a woman, come over here, give me something to drink. And he gets very forward with her. And the girl teasing him, urging him on, laughing at him, pushing him, saying, oh, you're this and that. She has the appropriate music. And as a matter of fact, I'd like to do an experiment. May I have Gilda? Could you please come down the stage and do it here? Sure. Good. All of you, please. Okay. I want you to hear what I mean. This is Gilda's music, basically, seeing what she sees and how she responds. Bella figlia della, or someplace where we can go back, Richard? Right before, Hako Hosi.
Yeah. Just her, or you want to?
No, I just want her.
Okay.
Her first entrance.
So I'll start Maddalena.
Okay.